Good morning, ladies. Marla's here. Today, I want to share with you a conversation I had with my mom last night, and that reminded me of why so many working moms give in and, think they have to give up their career to make their family life work. So for those of you who know, I recently took on a big promotion in my corporate role. And this week has been a bit of a rough week because first my son got sick and then my daughter got sick. Now, this is always a tough situation to be in, but my husband and I try not to make a big deal out of it. We don't overthink stuff. We just go and figure out what is necessary and what needs to be done so one of us can be with our kids. We compare our schedules, we decide who has the more important meeting to go and attend, and then we just make it work. Now, while I was telling this to my mom, her reaction was, why are you doing this to yourself? Why did you have to take on that big promotion? And to me, that is just a very interesting way of thinking. And to me, that is exactly the reason why in rough times, it's so easy for us to give in and not believe in your dream of actually having a work and a family life together. The thing is, if you really, really want something, you're going to make it work. There's always going to be rough times. I mean, remember back when you went in your studying days, you don't write an A in an exam if you don't do something for it and if you don't put in the work. And it's exactly the same thing when it comes to uniting a career and a family life. And what frustrates me is that this kind of thinking is what exactly holds people back. In good days, it's easier. But then, if you've just had 3 sleepless nights in a row and you meet up with your friend and she will tell you, well, that's why I only work 60%, or that's why I threw in the towel. It's just not possible. So if we think like that, of course, it's not going to be possible. You have to believe that it will work, and you have to really want it. If you don't really want to make it work, then the first excuse that will come along your way, you will use to not go and make it work, and basically just prove your fears and your doubts right. And you will say, of course it's not going to work. I want a second child. How am I going to do that? I just have to give up my career to make it all work. So don't let your fears, don't let somebody else, don't let your doubts really keep you away from what you really want. But the question that you have to ask yourself is, do you really want to make this happen? Do you really want to build a career and have a thriving family life at the same time? If you have doubts about that, if you're not 100% convinced that you actually want that, the first excuse that's going to come your way, you will use to prove yourself right that it is not possible. So I can only encourage you to really go and ask yourself, do I really, 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 really want to have a career? And if you want that, you're going to be a great mom at the same time. There's systems in place, there's tools in place that you can use. It's like before you took on a job, you went and educated yourself. You went and got a degree. And it's almost the same. It's like when we try to make working motherhood work, we need to learn about the tools and the systems to make it work. It just doesn't come overnight. Our expectation is kind of that we have this stuff all figured out and we should know it. But why? We don't. We can learn it as we learned physics in school, basically, right? So don't have your excuses hold you back. Don't listen to other people if you really, really want to make this work. All right. Have a wonderful day. Bye.